Hello. So you have worked as a federal employee or, some other large organization. So for a decade or more, you were a part of something really big, and now you want to do something new. What are you in for? For those of you who became very specialized, the transition can be mind-bending. You began with a very specialized skill. You advised many people to ensure smooth processes and on-time results. You knew the overall process, you knew the smallest nuance to avoid serious issues. You were an advisor and a SME, a subject matter expert. You have a passion, a dream, a desire that you want to explore or express in the world. And it's so clear to you, it's so alluring. That desire drives you to leave the job that you know. So what kind of struggles might you be experiencing? Struggle number one. How can I leave this job? How can I leave the people that I care about? Is this disloyal? Struggle number two. Am I missing out on opportunities? But if I stay with the government, could I serve in different departments? Or could I promote and serve in a more skillful way? Will I miss my retirement opportunities that I already have vested? Struggle number three. What am I actually going toward? And is it worth it? And struggle number four. What do I need to know to express my passion and dream in the way that I actually envision it? Now, if you're in the middle of these struggles, you probably are still in government work. So once you decide, they no longer become struggles. You've decided. And the idea of following your excitement means that your decisions lead you to the next excitement. So just follow your excitement as if it's like a yellow brick road. Every turn showing you more yellow bricks. Every step revealing more of the path. So you won't have the biggest idea. You won't have the clearest vision of what's ahead. But what can you expect when you're now on the outside? An entire world. And that becomes daunting because it's an absence of static roadmaps that you've become accustomed to. There's no ready-made team to drop particular tasks upon. And if you plan to work for someone else, you'll enter their system and their processes. So in that kind of circumstance, I would caution you from attempting to try and change their business to follow the kind of flow that you once came from. I would caution you from judging the confidence of those around you, whether it's high or low. And there is a temptation when you exit government work to judge what others do by the standard you were accustomed to. So if you're going to work for someone else, give their way a chance. Learn why it exists the way that it does. This may feel like you're a beginner all over again, but gently ask questions for the sake of understanding versus judgment. Over time, see if they want it to be different, but corroborate with it rather than trying to recreate what you once knew. That's a caution. Now, the mental transition may take a few months when you begin working for someone else. Give yourself the time to observe. Now, if you plan to work for yourself, you will have more choice. You'll have more choice than you really want to exist, actually. And it's not the purpose of what I'm doing here to give you the full perspective. You are going to find your way, and it's based on your dreams. I will say that since you left government work, now you need to set up your own processes and support areas that you've always had the opportunity to delegate to other departments. You're going to have to find your own way to do it. And you'll find moments where you know what needs to be done, but you don't know how to do it yourself. Can you pay others to do it? Yes, but you will find you need more than a little working knowledge that you never needed before. As you begin to find the right people, you might be tempted to just listen to other people. Yeah, just tell me what to do. Just give me a framework to follow. And then you try what they suggest. And as you go through it, you start to see, I think maybe I want to go in a different direction. But now there's a threat, right? Because there's that potential for relationship. And did you already pay them? Do they view this as a loss because they want to keep your business? Or is it that they're really trying to advise you? It's hard to know sometimes. Are they trying to get you to fall in line with their system because that's the way it works? And you're like, this is not what I needed. So are you allowed to change your mind once you begin? Now, what's my caution here? Outcomes that are promised may require some intermediary information or participation. You're going to need to produce that along the way. And trustworthiness. You're going to find these as you go. But as you wade through the terabytes of data and programs and positions and systems, you may be tempted to delegate way more choices than you ought to. And so my caution is, learn to trust yourself. Now, what does that look like? We're all on our own path, but when you know how to trust yourself, you will always find what you need. It's a journey. This is a life, and your life is beautiful. It may seem like a challenge. Do you want to avoid the challenge? If you avoid it, how do you grow? You can't avoid all the challenges. You want them. You want to be better at what you didn't have before. And you'll find your way by first determining what you want. When you worked for the government, so many things were governed for you. You had limits on your role. You had limits on who briefed who when. You had limits on projects that you could influence. In the government, all of these limits had a really good reason. It provided orderliness and accountability, and now you're on your own. Or at least you're in an organization that's not the government, and you have different wants now. Now, the habits of the limitations you allowed for so many years for good reason, these habits are so normalized that you don't realize you can adjust those variables. You don't realize you can change those limits. And it's a surprise just because you've operated so effortlessly before, or at least smoothly, but now you're in a new opportunity. So your limits are different. The life you will lead now. Every challenge helps to reveal what is needed to enhance and what is probably ready to just kind of fall off or at least be lessened. And it's a beautiful life. And the path, the work, the experience, it's all beautiful too. So what do you want? What do you want? I think I'm going to close this with some questions, and I'm just going to voice over some B-roll, so listen or don't listen. I'm just giving the end of this video a bit of space so that you have some time to think about what you want. What you want might feel selfish, and you might judge yourself in wanting something else. Knowing what you want may feel elusive, so you hide what you want from yourself because it's too impossible. But just for a moment, entertain it. Entertain a life where you are allowed to have wants. You're allowed to have dreams. And in that world, there's no consequence to pursuing a dream or desire. You get what you want and you enjoy it. And then a new interest pops up. You want that now, and you happily enjoy that new thing. And then you want something else. Now, none of these things are inherently connected, or they are, but one thing is for certain: in this you're involved every time. They are all connected because of you. So what is it? What is that first thing that you want? Does it feel sci-fi? Is it a location? Is it on Earth? Do you want an activity? Who is there? What is the temperature? There are times that my wants are simply a feeling or a sensation. Allow that sensation to be defined and grow. Allow the scene in your mind to play out. So you have worked as a federal employee for a decade or more, and you want to do something new. What are you in for? For those who became very specialized, the transition can be mind-bending. You began with a specialized skill. You advised many people to ensure smooth processes and on-time results. You knew the overall process. You knew the smallest nuance to avoid. Any serious issues are avoided. You were an advisor and a SME. You have a passion, a dream, a desire you want to explore now. You want to express into the world. It is so clear to you. It's alluring. It drives you to leave the job that you know. What do you want? What do you want? Let it be easy. Let it be fun. You get to want whatever you want. They're just dreams. What do you want?